Hi, my name is Meriah Schoen and I'm a senior at Emory University studying anthropology and human biology. Today I will be discussing acai fruit and the properties that have made it an international superfood. So why study acai fruit? Just a decade ago, the term acai was only familiar amongst Amazonian natives. Yet with the revelation of its potent antioxidant activity, acai has now become an international phenomenon. This has stimulated immense changes in the Amazonian economy and their conception of the fruit. The acai palm is formally called Euterpe oleracea Mart and is a member of the Araceae family. The acai palm grows most efficiently in the swamps and floodplains of the Amazonian River basin due to their nutritional rich quality. Specialized structural adaptations called pneumatophores help to further facilitate growth by stabilizing the plant, aiding the delivery of oxygen, and protecting the surrounding soil from erosion. The palms typically take 3 years to reach maturation before they start producing fruit, which ripen on the inflorescence that hang just beneath the tree's fronds near its crown. Seasonality is a very important consideration for the harvestation of acai fruit. Flowering typically occurs during the wet season, while fruit yield is generally greatest during the dry season. When the acai fruit reaches maturation, it generally is round and dark and is composed of 3 distinct layers: the outer epicarp, middle mesocarp, and inner endocarp. Although acai products typically claim to contain acai berry, the correct term is actually acai fruit, due to the presence of only a single seed in the endocarp layer. In the interest of commercial products, a sign of high-quality pulp is said to be designated by the presence of a slightly powdery white film found on the skin of the fruit at maturity. The center of origin of the acai palm is in the floodplains of the eastern Amazon River basin. Individuals called ribeiros are responsible for harvesting the fruit, and they manage the palm in both home gardens along rivers and canals and in larger gardens called matos. There are 2 cultivated varieties of acai fruit: acai preto and acai branco. Acai preto is the more commercial of the 2, and it's sold on an international scale. It has a dark purple-black pigment and has gained greater popularity due to its higher anthocyanin content. Acai branco, in contrast, is known pretty much only amongst the Amazonian locals. And unlike the preto variety, it has an olive green color and is known for its thicker and more delicious pulp. So in the Amazon, acai is served nutritional, medicinal, and other functional purposes. In terms of nutrition, acai comprises about 42% of the local diet and is principally used in its juice form. To prepare the juice, the fruit is first soaked in warm water to soften the skin and then macerated into the juice form. Once the consistency of the fruit is transformed, it is incorporated into a variety of food products such as porridge, fish dishes, soup, popsicles, and ice cream. Different parts of the acai palm are believed to possess special healing powers, which have shaped the traditional Amazonian healing methods. The palm fruits and roots are used to treat gastrointestinal issues. The oil extracted from the fruit is used to treat diarrhea. The juice is said to be used to treat pain, fever, and flu. The leaves are traditionally crushed and then used for wound clotting, and then the sap can be employed as an astringent. Amazonian tribes are also known for using the palm for other functional purposes. For example, palm fronds and bark are traditionally employed for construction purposes as both thatch and house posts, and seeds can function as food for livestock, soil amendment, or the cultivation of new palms. Understanding the chemistry of acai fruit is essential for understanding its biological implications. Phytochemical analysis has been typically completed on freeze-dried acai because acai fruit rapidly perishes after being harvested. Analysis has revealed the presence of several anthocyanins, proanthocyanins, flavonoids, and transresveratrol. Anthocyanins are one of the most important components due to the antioxidant activity that they promote, and there has been found to be both minor and major anthocyanins in acai fruit. The chemical profile of acai fruit also appears to be similar to other dark berries, but its anthocyanin content appears to be lower, which makes its unparalleled antioxidant activity still quite a mystery. Macronutrient analysis also has revealed a high content of monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fatty acids. Another interesting study showed that throughout the ripening process, the phytochemical and macronutrient content of the fruit actually changed. Ripening actually was found to increase the anthocyanin content. Acai fruit is best renowned for its antioxidant and anti-inflammatory functions. Anthocyanins and flavonoids are thought to make the acai highly active against superoxide, peroxyl, peroxynitrite, and hydroxyl radicals, and was designated to have the highest activity of any foods against the peroxyl radical. Beside those functions, other mechanisms were thought to be cell membrane receptors, intracellular signaling pathway proteins, and the modulation of gene expression. The acai fruit has been involved in numerous studies that examine its role in ameliorating risk factors for chronic disease. Several studies have been conducted to show its effect on metabolic disease. One such study was done by Udani et al. On humans and examined the effect of daily consumption of acai fruit for a month, and it found that there were reductions in fasting glucose and insulin levels, a reduction in both total and LDL cholesterol, and improvement in the postprandial increase in blood glucose. Another study by Oliveira de Souza was done in rats and looked more closely at the effect of acai on cholesterol levels and found that it greatly improved the lipid profile of the rats. And it was thought that the decreased serum cholesterol was due to the acai's ability to upregulate transporters for cholesterol efflux in the liver. Other studies have also demonstrated the efficiency of acai as an anti-inflammatory in other areas of the body. One study by Soares de Mora et al. Showed that the consumption of the fruit led to a decrease in lung inflammation caused by cigarette smoking. Another study by Jensen et al. Illustrated a significant decrease in pain and inflammation in the joints. Both studies speculate that this bioactivity is driven by the proanthocyanins and polyphenol compounds within the acai fruit. The role of acai as a preventative health and nutrition tool was also investigated. One study by Espirito Santo et al. Demonstrated that the addition of acai to probiotic yogurt actually led to a significant reduction in lactose content and an increase in the monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fatty acids. So while traditionally the acai palm served a variety of functions for the Amazonian natives, the new global demand and the possibility for quick cash has encouraged the large-scale cultivation of the palm. There are four main stages that led up to this large-scale cultivation: the pre-Columbian, rural staple food, urban staple food, and international food phases. And each of these stages together show a shift from the acai as a product that was made mainly in individual homes and served as a staple food for the Amazonian natives to now something that is cultivated similar to other monocrops in the U.S. and Europe. So the main center of cultivation today for the acai palm is in Para, Brazil, which is in the northern region of Brazil, and today it's attributed with 96% of the production of the fruit. Large-scale production has led to both positive and negative consequences for the inhabitants of the Amazon. While money earned by rural families has greatly increased, we've also seen a great inflation in the price of acai fruit, which has led to a lot of difficulties because of its role as a staple dietary product. There's also new concern over conservation efforts for the acai palm due to this great demand. So the rich history of acai fruit in the Amazon and its success in various clinical trials make it a very promising product for mitigating risk factors for chronic disease. Yet, it is important to take into consideration differences in how the acai is consumed in the Amazon versus in the United States and Europe, and how this might affect the health outcomes we are trying to attain. As you can probably see in a lot of markets today, we tend to consume the acai as a supplementation product versus a staple dietary product. And this is important to be kind of critical of because we still do not know if supplementation leads to positive or negative health outcomes. So hopefully more research will enlighten us and we can learn more about the acai. Thank you so much for your attention.